Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Short and sweet today, friends, because I'm in the mood for some Lower Decks. And today we are watching Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 4, Something Borrowed, Something Green. Now, I know the old marriage adage goes something borrowed, something blue, but I don't know anything blue. But we certainly do know something green. Enough speculation, everybody, because I want to get into this episode. But before we do that, if you could do me a huge favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ringy-ding-ding that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with Lower Decks or any of our sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like any of those offerings early or in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon, it's in the description. But my friends, all that is then. This is now. And now it's time for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 4, Something Borrowed, Something Green. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction, and away we go.
Right now, I'm just a plunder sorter, but I'm capable of way more.
Sure you are. Trash barrel.
Oh, it's an old phaser.
Maybe I'll get some of those too.
How about you get an original idea for once?
I'm stealing. Pirate steal.
Stealing ideas.
Huh?
Oh, here's our killer.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
They're chasing it.
Joe, let's have some fun for once. They're right there.
Captain, the vessel's speed is decreasing.
See? This will be a quick pillage.
I think the Orion ship looks amazing.
Trying to reroute power.
How did they access our system?
Oh my god! Boy, they're doing a great job of setting up something. We're in the credits now, we could talk a little bit. They're doing something great by setting up this thing as an absolute, when you see it, it's death. You know, our flag means death. That is what this thing is. You run across it, you engage. It didn't seem like it was going to engage the Orions either. And they, unfortunately, made the overture. So, I mean, it's not going to take much to take out the Cerritos. The Cerritos isn't a battlecraft. She has proven that she has a big time problem unless she does exactly what she's doing right there and running away, which it's a tactical retreat. It's not cowardice. That poor ship's been through enough. That mystery player is, I think they're building up for something too. I think they're going to build, not for the Cerritos. I think we're going to see somebody else get hit. I'm trying to think of who too. Maybe another one of our California classes, but we've kind of had that in the past.
And done! All the diseases blocked by the transporter biofilter after last week's shore leave have been cataloged. Next up is... nothing.
Oh, you're free, Lieutenant Junior Grade Tendy.
Oh, one of the great things about being a Lieutenant JG is it's actually possible to finish your work.
We should do something fun!
Celebrating a lack of purpose is illogical.
I can't love her anymore.
Oh, wow, my family.
Apparently, your sister is getting married.
Wait, wedding? Sister? Parents? Tendy, I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. This is more backstory than I have ever been able.
That's right. Beckett is all of us.
Our fleet is eager to demonstrate goodwill after the recent disappearance of an Orion ship.
Oh, right. If it's to help Starfleet,
Take Talin, take Talin, take Talin.
Ugh, and of course they'll want photos of all of us in our belly dancer outfits.
It is rare for outsiders to observe Orion rituals. May I accompany you on this mission?
Oh, please, God, yes.
Plus, I'm sorry, I have to get away from Boymes and Rutherford. Ever since they moved in together, they're like finishing each other's sentences.
Their emotional closeness is unpleasant.
Sure, why not? Maybe it'll be good for you guys to see what my homeworld is actually like.
Yeah, maybe get some context for how she acts.
I hope we will be allowed to view their aquifers.
Ooh, okay, Talin getting rowdy.
Oh, Tendy.
Ooh, love the new bedspread, Rumi, and Dorian linen.
You know it, Rumi.
So breathable.
It's like Grandmama Boimler used to say.
Grandmama Boimler.
Speaking of sleep, is there anything I can do to improve yours? I know sometimes I shift around when I'm engineering in my dreams.
Your squirming is so gentle, it actually lulls me to sleep faster.
Are they really like this, or do they hate each other?
Nothing can stop
Rutherford!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I've got a green thumb from growing up on a vineyard. You can't trust an algorithm for everything, right?
Give me the blister.
They should fight.
Give it to me!
I said no, Mr. Rutherford!
Orion, I don't think I've ever been here in anything. Because we didn't come here, she lives at an outpost that they had that Beckett and Tendy. Oh my word! A little rough landing, but all right.
It's just a regular old Orion upbringing. No fancy stuff.
Oh my God, here we go.
I'll hold them off while you guys get airborne.
Greetings, mistress. May we take your bag?
Mistress of the Winter Constellation. Here we go.
I'm sorry about that.
I think we can skip the sedan if that's.
Nope. Full sedan rides for everybody.
Look, I am from a post-scarcity world, and this is still impressive. Look at that big-ass gate!
Great shot.
Mariner, Talin, meet my parents, the warrior Queen Shona, and Bert.
So,
Love it.
Divana, the Erica's been kidnapped.
Oh, what? No way. Bridal kidnappings are an Orion rite of passage.
Interesting.
Brides are only abducted after save the dates and before the invitations. This is far too late.
This is a real kidnapping.
As prime daughter, it's up to you to rescue.
What is a prime?
I don't know, but it sounds cool as hell.
I concur.
You've turned your...
Firstborn?
You have to save your sister.
Because you love her, or because this wedding's just an excuse to merge our house with another syndicate family?
Obviously both.
Well, you have to save your sister, Tendy.
Who's ready for a very standard, borderline boring Orion rescue mission?
Let's do it!
Oh my God.
Oh, we have the holodeck reserved. How about we go have some fun, and then after, maybe we'll get along better.
Come on, guys. For God's sakes. Oh my God.
I believe we decided I would be Twain.
Twin Twains? That dog won't hunt.
What is going on?
No, I'm Twain. Switch costumes, you ignominious pretender.
You're more stubborn than a Senate mule.
Scratch!
Tarnation!
Tarnation.
The material is inefficient.
I know the uniform is more comfortable, but Slit Throat has a dress code.
You know,
Slit throat?
We're just gonna grab some info and be on our way.
sure, but how the hell are we getting in there?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Get in line. Mistress of the Winter Constellations! Oh, I didn't realize! Please don't blame me!
He's
What have you done, Tendy?
I owe you an eternal debt of gratitude. My grandchildren will sing of this day.
I need an entire prequel series.
And that is from the Madame.
All good. I love it, actually. All part of the ambiance.
Here for payback, Divana?
I don't know what you're talking about, Madam G.
Madam G?
Bridal kidnappings are so gaudy.
This is crazy and I love it.
I don't care what you think, just what you know.
I've heard some whispers, but you'll have to earn them.
Uh-oh. Ritual combat?
Can we not?
Drinking contest. Drinking contest. What is this? Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yes, I love being soft.
Tendy, how are you so good at the murder bug drinking game?
I don't know. It's my first time.
Niall is still in love with the Erica. Everyone knows it.
They're saying he's to blame? Bride nappings are for show.
Wow.
Let's get moving.
Lunch while you're in town, girl.
Oh, for sure. There is no way I'm calling her.
This is absolutely insane and I love it.
And you, sir?
This is the first time I don't really care about the B plot. I want to get back to Orion.
To paraphrase the old rail splitter, a house divided in twain cannot stand.
Okie-dokie.
Lieutenants Boimler and Rutherford, report to the bridge.
Lieutenants.
So, Tendy, would you like to talk about how you totally whooped ass back there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry about that? Oh my God, here we go.
Ooh, pretty nice hump dungeon. I think they have one of these in New Seattle.
Hump dungeon?
That's the stuff. Blast me with more moans.
Huh.
More moans.
Ryan's control men with pheromones. Some of us definitely do, just not me.
Niall!
Oh.
Niall's got some speed for being a big ol' hunk of ham steak.
He is aesthetically pleasing.
Tillin is the greatest.
Mistress, I swear I know nothing. I'm just a moanhead. I spend all day and night hopped up on the stink.
So what's gonna spill first? Your mouth or your goods?
Ooh.
Why are you threatening one of my most obedient boys? Relax, have a drink, get lascivious.
I don't know what about her reminds me of Ursula from The Little Mermaid, but
It never mattered that she didn't have the pheromones. She didn't need it. Men would simply fall at her feet, stricken.
You strict people?
does she not have them?
Dare you judge me, Vulcan?
Oh, what are the odds? Are you seeing this? You.
Same spot.
Oh man, another pheromone dungeon?
What did you do to him?
Would be a pity if I dispersed the whole bottle in here.
Don't! All I have is my stink.
I've been a mess since the Erica got engaged, but all I did was give myself over to the moans. Sometimes I follow her and watch wistfully from a distance.
That's all you can do when you're hopped up on moans. Wow.
That nebula is ours to scan.
No! Your vessel will interfere with our data gathering.
We can power down systems.
I don't know that race at all.
We don't trust Starfleet data. It's too nuanced and thorough.
It's too detailed.
If we can't resolve this, the nebula will phase shift, and neither of us will get to scan it.
Then so it shall be.
Alrighty.
To do the accent.
My good creature, the moral arc of history.
Let's get away from this B plot. I don't believe I've ever said that. Why are you so mad, bud? Wow.
Something about us talking old-timey helped us figure out who should water our bonsai.
What is bonsai?
Show him. And F that storyline. I want to see this.
Oh, watch out. There's a loose panel over there.
Curious. You seem familiar with this location, yet it appears to be abandoned.
This is so cool.
I loved pretending I was off planet, exploring space, doing anything other than pirating.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't just a regular Orion teenager. I was trained to be a syndicate assassin.
Tendi, yeah, we know, girl. You can't just say you're joking around when you flip a knife out of the air.
Right. When you kick flip a knife out of the air.
Real you is the one who geeks out about science on the Cerritos.
But I'm a prime, you know, a trained assassin.
Oh, shit.
You are who you choose to be, a Starfleet lieutenant and a loyal friend.
Don't worry.
Oh,
You're a big nerd and not some hot assassin.
I love Talen.
It's so weird to be here. This is where I told my sister that I was joining Starfleet.
More like where you decided to abandon your family.
Yeah, this is all a setup.
Hey, we did it! Case closed.
You kidnapped yourself!
Yeah, she wanted to bring you out.
Was this just to get me to show up for the wedding? I would have just come!
Classic Devona. Always assuming it's about you.
Oh, she's jealous.
Derica, please, can we just talk about this?
I'll let my blade do the talking.
Oh, come on!
Derica!
I knew that was going to happen.
Do about it.
Teach you how to respect your pride.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
We love it too. Super hard to rate.
Gift it.
Every day we have to make sure he gets just the right amount of...
Now I'm thirsty for mist.
Okay.
You may inspect the nebula, but pray I don't change my mind.
Yes, you are very intimidating.
Thank you.
I have a question, everybody, real quick. Can you replicate organic? Can you, like, replicate a bonsai? I don't think you can replicate organic stuff, can you? Like living stuff. Like, how do you do fruit? Any replicator experts out there?
Why is Starfleet so obsessed with scanning?
To learn stuff!
You abandoned me for science!
Oh, there it is. There it is.
We were trained from birth to be the tip of the moonlit blade. The greatest duty of the mistress of the winter constellation.
Tip of the moonlit blade? What the fuck are we?
You forced this on me without asking. Running to Starfleet was your choice, but it meant all your duties fell on me.
She didn't want it.
And I had to be the mistress. I had to drop my whole life to become the new prime.
You're right.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
She's gonna let her do it.
The only reason I felt comfortable leaving was because I knew you would be better at it than me. You just kicked my butt. You're an amazing prime.
I guess I did kick it a little bit.
You did.
Yeah, lady, if you're worried about not being a badass, I have some good news for you.
I too was alarmed by your combat abilities.
I too was alarmed.
You absolutely belong on the crime throne.
That means a lot.
The crime throne?
We are never going to make it back in time.
I might not be a pirate, but I've rerouted my fair share of EPS conduits. Who wants to hotwire a stolen ship?
I do not.
I do not. Oh my god. The writers must have had so much fun with Talen. Oh my lord.
I know you're turning in your observations to the High Council, but maybe could you leave off some of the stabbings?
Curious. My report appears to have been damaged.
But why?
A report without the subject's consent would be unethical.
I love this character.
Mom! Dad! Found her!
Sorry, had to steal a ship.
Oh, my special girls. Accomplices.
Accomplices. This is fantastic. Oh, I would have liked to have heard the ceremony.
This is when we encountered a priest with an 8-pack.
Priest with an 8-pack?
Yeah, well, our bone side got gobbled up by a Chalnoth.
Yeah.
Chalnoth?
It was just a wedding.
Why would we ever want to go to an awesome pirate wedding on a planet nobody ever gets to see?
Sorry you can't release some of this anger with Mr. Clemens.
Shockingly, it's not the universal problem solver we thought it was.
Shockingly.
Shall we go with an acrylic of the D, Mozart?
An exceptional compromise, Mozart.
Then let us tickle the ivories.
Hilarious. My god, we'll talk about it here in a second. All right, friends, we just got done watching a great one. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 4, Something Borrowed, Something Green. Fantastic episode, amazing stuff going on. The only thing we have left to do is to talk about it. All right, my friends, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 4, Something Borrowed, Something Green. This was excellent. This is exactly why I love this show. And I told my Patreon people too, and I'll share this here in the thoughts section for YouTube, that it's been a while. I had to kind of front load watching a couple episodes because I had some travel I had to do, so I wasn't able to kind of, this is the first episode I've watched in a bit, you know, I think maybe even like 2 weeks, which is crazy because I had been watching it so regularly. But this episode just, I mean, if there's, just pulls you right back into why you love all of these characters, this world, everything that's being built. It's just so exceptionally done. I say that for so many series that I'm so fortunate to be watching right now, with The Expanse and the original series, Fallout, and a couple of those that are I'm watching at this time, spring of 24. I've always wanted to know more about Tendy's background. Have to, you know, it's just so amazing, so delicious. What a slow burn the writers did for us there, you know, with dropping little things like when she was the cleaner for Ransom that one time, and then the Mistress of the Winter Constellation slips out whenever she's on that mission with Beckett. And then we've gotten little bits and pieces of, you know, Tendy just absolutely kicking ass whenever she needs to, and then kind of trying to poo-poo it away. Greatest line in the whole thing was, you know, you can't kick flip a dagger out of the middle of the air and us not to know that there's something up. I mean, I love the fact that they did know that Tendi had these abilities, had this kind of the capabilities really, and they never pressed her on it. You know, hey, how'd you learn how to do that? Tell us about your. They knew it. They knew she was uncomfortable with her upbringing. They knew she was uncomfortable with her past. And, you know, of course, you know, the speculation for the audience is you're led to believe that they're like hardcore pirates, that there's like, you know, that not that saying that they aren't hardcore pirates, but that it's more almost like more nefarious, more gritty, you know, like they're actively, you know, hurting people, and you can see that. And she was kind of like had to escape from a really bad situation is what I'm trying to paint here, is that her family wasn't what we saw, but somebody that she had to kind of escape from. At least that's the feeling that I got when it came to like Tendy's history. And I sort of think that's a reason why a lot of them didn't ask, because they knew that she was uncomfortable. And obviously you're not really sure what why she's uncomfortable because it was so bad, uncomfortable because she's just you know, it's antithetical, the pirate life or whatever, a little of both, which I think it ultimately kind of ended up being for Tendi anyway. It was just so well done. And again, it harkens back to, and now of course we've had the announcement that season 5 is coming, but season 5 will be the last season as it stands for Star Trek Lower Decks. I'll say this, and I've said it a million times. when writers, and by the way, I said earlier that if the writers came forward and said, hey, really, it was only ever going to be 5 seasons. That's what we planned for. And so we get to tell the whole story that we wanted to tell. So don't worry about it. I would have been completely supportive, been like, okay, cool. Good things have to come to an end. And as long as the writers and the creatives and everybody in, the position of producing this wonderful thing, say that, hey, no, don't worry, everybody. This was 5 seasons was it. I would have been 100% behind it. But they didn't say that. They basically came out and said, this isn't really our decision. We have a lot more story to tell. If that's the case, then I am 100% behind Save Lower Decks, because this show has proven time and time and time again, with this episode being the latest for me, that it is first and foremost a story that will, at the very least, tell you more about the Star Trek universe. Do they do it with the he's and the haws? Absolutely, but that's the show. Do they do it disrespectfully? Absolutely not. Yes, there's laughs in there and there's humor, there's comedy, that's sprinkled through the entire thing. But by God, they don't point their finger and laugh at something from Star Trek. No. The characters create a humor that they laugh with each other. Star Trek is never the butt of these jokes. And if they point out some person from the past or some holodeck character or something like that, it's a reverence that is born out of humor, or humor that's born out of reverence is what I should say. Because, it's never about ridicule. It's always about making this universe live and breathe and laugh. They add a critical element to this universe, humor. And they don't do it in a vacuum either. It's humor with these characters. I mean, I'm going to ask this question to all of you right now. And this is the question that I would like to reach the ears of someone to get to Paramount Plus. And Paramount Plus needs to hear this. Whoever's in charge of greenlighting Lower Deck. Is the universe Star Trek? How about this? Is the Star Trek property as a monetary, franchise better off or worse off with new Star Trek Lower Decks coming out? You have an engaging storyline. Set that aside. Set the story aside for the show. Can you believe that? Set the story completely aside. Forget about the story. Look at the characters. Now, are you telling me, especially after the crossover with Strange New Worlds, where Jack Quaid and Tawny Newsome come over and tear it up in live action, you're telling me that Tendi, Rutherford, Boimler, Beckett, T'Lyn, Carol, Shax couldn't make the leap to live action at some point? That the entire fan base wouldn't go berserk if Jack Quaid shows up captaining a ship in some type of Star Trek legacy show? I mean, unreal. You have characters now that we sort of demand to know what happens to. I mean, what more can you want from a franchise when you have been hand delivered 5 now with T'Lyn characters that we as the audience are addicted to seeing their progress? I am. I mean, I might be speaking out of turn if everybody else isn't really down with the characters, but I can't imagine. We've all talked about it. These characters are amazing. We need to see where they go. If the creatives have more to say, we need to let them say it. Have they not given us every excuse? What reasons have they given us to not let them tell this story? Have they started falling short? I am 4 episodes into season 4. This has been incredibly strong. I loved season 3. Season 4, as of right now, if I go back and just take the first 4 episodes of season 3, season 4 is beating it. They brought in T'Lyn, who has been an amazing injection into the Cerritos Lower Deckers, or whatever we're going to call our lieutenants now. But that injection and that dynamic that is being played off of the different groups with Boimler earlier and now with T'Lyn, with T'Lyn and Tendi and Beckett, incredible stuff. It's I don't think it was getting stale with just the 4 either by any stretch of the imagination. But, we talked about it, that old adage that by season 4, you usually bring in a new character to get new dynamics worked out. It worked expertly. They did a wonderful job with that. And through that exploration, we got to see, through the eyes of T'Lyn making that overture to be able to go with Tendi to see the Orion culture at play. We got to learn so much about this backstory. And it was done effortlessly because Beckett probably wouldn't have said anything for the very reason why she never mentioned anything about, try to question Tendi about her past. Beckett didn't offer to go. She desperately wanted to, but didn't offer. It was T'Lyn in that easy, logical delivery, like pulled out her briefcase and said, well, I've never, the Vulcans would love to know about Orion culture. I'll make a report for it. They'll find it enlightening. And she was ready to go. And it was that kind of just assumed accompanying of Tendi that gifted us with this wonderful stuff. And it caused Beckett to be like, oh, yeah, we can go. Yeah, we can absolutely help. Yeah, we can go. Great stuff. And you gotta love to see it. You gotta love to see these types of interactions coming out. And even though I really didn't care for the B plot in this one, not because I didn't like the Boimler and Rutherford kind of conflict that was arising there, the A plot was so strong. It's the first time in this show where I've ever wanted it to just be like, can we just stick with Orion? We don't need to give them the week off. Rutherford and Boimler, hey, you guys take it easy. You've done your work. Have fun. No conflicts, no problems. But it was really, really good. Couple things I wanted to bring up. I think it's hilarious that Erica is her. I mean, it's a decidedly un-Orion name with a D in front of it. Erica. I just think that's very funny. It caught me funny anyway. The names, the different Orion things, the different Orion titles, the different Orion moments, or like the crime throne. That is cool shit. Now, I don't know if that's an Easter egg. I don't know if they mentioned that in one of the earlier seasons or not, or series or not. But the crime throne, I mean, are you kidding me? That is just one of the cooler things I've heard. Just to call something, it's simple, crime throne, but damn, is that awesome. The one that blew my mind though was this one. Tip of the moonlit blade. Are you shitting me? Who comes up with these things? Mistress of the Winter Constellation is badass. No doubt about it. What a title, it's just ominous. It's awesome. And the fact that Tendi hates it is my favorite because it's just so fucking cool. But then Tip of the Moonlit Blade. I mean, this is like D&D shit. And that's why I love it. It's like Game of Thrones, somebody being called, who's that? It's the tip of the moonlit blade. Holy shit. If I knew nothing about somebody, I knew nothing about a culture, and I was introduced to somebody who was tip of the moonlit blade, well, I am going to mind my P's and Q's because I don't want to be murdered. Because holy shit, what a cool name. But, I really, really love that we just got, it was basically like the writers went, should we do it? Should Tendi's backstory now? Should we go now? Let's go now. Well, should we give a little bit, or do you want to give them it all? Give it all to them? All right, let's do that. And they just, boom, just absolutely, they basically backed up the Brinks truck of Tendi backstory information and dumped it on us. And I love it. What a great, great episode. I mean, there's nothing really more to say. Season 4 is off to an amazing start. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm literally vibrating. I'm so fucking, this last episode was so good. I think I'm going to rush right in. I don't have the time to do so, but I am going to make the time to watch the next episode. I need some more Lower Decks, my friends. But if you all could do me a favor, and if you stuck with me this long, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with Lower Decks, Star Trek the Original Series, The Expanse, or any of our sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like any of those offerings early or in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description. Don't like Patreon? Stick with us here on YouTube, join our membership, and you'll get everything about a day early, plus any bonus episodes like the Expanse case studies and the soon-to-be-released Star Trek Case Files, where we explore certain members of the crew throughout the ages. But my friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye from Star Trek Lower Decks. But where should we say goodbye from? There's only one place to say goodbye from, my friends, as we somehow got an invitation to this incredible wedding on Orion, and we watch as all of these different aspects of Tendi's backstory are revealed in real time. And the only thing we can do is celebrate and smile, because here we see one of our dear friends of the lower decks coming to grips and accepting who they were, but more importantly, who they can become. My friends, until next time, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.